You worked hard for the entire year thinking that you finally going to get promoted. Finally, that long-awaited title and money income increase will become a reality. And while this is a common goal for many employees at work, the harsh reality is that for many of us, this dream never comes true. In fact, companies promote only about 9% of their employees annually. So why you are not at the top 9? Why someone else? Is it a fair system? What blocks you from getting promoted? Let's find out. So in this video, we are going to answer a few of these questions and understand the 3 fundamental factors that influence who gets promoted and who doesn't. And by the end of the video, I'm gonna share with you my own Notion template, which is completely free, which contains a lot of actions and tips that you can apply in your day-to-day work and see the immediate effect and helps you getting promoted easily. And even this video is mainly targeting software engineers. I think the main principles are applied to other industries as well. Let's get started. For some reason, there are tons of resources on the internet on how to get your first job, or maybe how to switch between companies, but very little content on how to succeed when you get that role. And this is the type of content or area that I'm interested to help people with very little and optimized effort. My name is Saleem Hadad. I'm a software engineer with 5 years of professional experience, a lifetime tech nerd, and recently I become a cool dad. I landed my first job at a big tech company working as a backend engineer in less than 2 years working as a full-time without a computer degree background. And I believe a big portion of my success, beside the hard work, is credited back to the amazing people I learned from. And here I'm going to repeat the same, sharing with you my best learnings and findings and mistakes so that we can grow together. Now, before we talk about promotion from employees' perspective, let's understand why companies spend millions of dollars annually on their employees getting them promoted. According to a research done on 32 million profiles on LinkedIn, the likelihood of an average employee remains at the same company after 3 years is about 50%. On the other hand, the likelihood of the same employee remain at the same company after giving them a promotion is increased to 70%. That's 20% up. That's huge for the company. But if you think about it, it's a basic human nature. If you are given more power and influence, you are less likely to walk away from it. Alright, let's talk about career promotions from employees' perspective and understand the factors that influence getting them promoted. In my opinion, there are so many factors that influence someone getting promoted or not, and they are generally categorized into 2 main categories: the external factors and the internal factors. The internal factors is something that you can control and you have authority on top of them, which we are going to talk about in this video. However, if you are interested to know what are the external factors, what you do about them, let me know in the comments so we can have another video maybe in the future. Alright, let's talk about the internal factors that you can control. Factor number 1, lack of visibility. Now I'm going to assume with good intention that you already put the hard work. So for visibility, there are 2 main aspects that you have to be aware of. Number 1, your manager should be aware of your desire on getting promoted. If you don't tell your manager, it's less likely that you will get any help and support on that direction. Think about it as a GPS system. You ask the GPS that I want to go from point A to point B, the GPS will guide you. It's the same philosophy. Your manager will be able to guide you and help you to go to that level if you share your interest at the first place. And now this is really hard for some people. It's okay, get out of this fear and ask for promotion. Nothing bad will happen. It's very normal to feel bad asking for that because nobody likes to advocate for themselves. Alright, point number 2. You have to tell your manager and be specific about what you have achieved for the last day, for the last week, for the last month, whatever the case is. Be specific of what you have delivered. Never assume your manager will be able to detect or know what you have done because simply they are busy with other stuff. And if you do not put the work telling them what you have done, it's less likely that they will know what you have done. In fact, this is one of the low-hanging fruit that you can do with your manager. Be specific what you have done, write down in one shared document between you and him, and then continue this habit. In fact, I can share with you my own philosophy and my own way of doing this. I have developed it over the years. Let me know if you're interested. I can have another video about this topic. Now you might have a question, is it really enough that only my manager will be aware of what I have done? It's not enough. You have to go 2 to 3 levels above you and be visible in a way you don't seem to brag about what I have done, but at the same time, people around you know your value in the company. And thus, when the time comes from promotion, you have so much on your plate compared to others. Now you might have a question, what to do, what to share if you worked in a team. This is like Very good question. And in my opinion, you have to be very authentic on what you have done, what you brought to the table. You don't want to be the one who sits in the chair sitting and listening for others. Of course, you put some work, share that, even if it's small. Tell your manager authentically what you brought to the table and be honest with them. All right, that leads us to factor number 2, which is blind spots. You think that you are doing the right work and everything is expected, but there are things that you missed because you didn't set the expectation or know the expectation from the early on. In fact, Michelle Watkins in his book, The First 90 Days, suggested that you have to set the expectation with your manager from the very first week of your job. And if it's not the first week in your job right now, it's okay, later better than never. And these expectations are normally defined in every company around the world in one format or another. Sometimes they refer them as competency metrics, so you have to be aware of them and you have to understand the system of your promotions. And for many companies, they will never promote you unless you have something to show in the next level. Think about it as if you join the current level that you are in, you have to show some kind of work or at least minimal competency in order to hire you. It's the same principle if you want to go to the next level. You have to show some kind of work done in the next level. Now, this leads us to the last factor in this list, which is delivery over impact. I think many people, including myself, fall into this trap of thinking I have done so many things, but I still didn't get promoted. Yes, you've done this much of work, but they are not having huge impact to the company. So you have to think about the impact first. Fixing a bug is important, but preventing the bug in the first place is something that no one is doing it. And simply ask yourself from time to time, am I replaceable? Can this job that I'm doing done by someone else? If you want to go to the next level, you have to show some kind of impact that is in some way higher than what others are doing. And the trick for that is simply by growing your team around you. It might require some effort at the beginning, but it will pay off at the end. Please do not fall into the trap of compensating with more hours, with more overtime to do so. So let's put this into action and summarize what we have done. First, tell your manager about your desire on getting promotion and set up a clear plan on how to go to the next level, whether it's skills needed, a project you need to lead or participate in, or maybe process you need to improve on. Number 2, write down the summary of your achievements on daily basis or at least weekly basis and share them with your manager. Never miss that, even if it's small. 3, in case of teamwork, mention what you brought to the table. Number 4, and this is very easy to do, ask your teammates or managers or people you worked with on what can I improve. Ask them for one top thing that they think you are doing well and you should keep it, and ask them for one top thing that they think you should to change or maybe tweak. And as a summary, I think the promotion equation is simply smart work, visibility, and impact. And if this sounds a bit overwhelming, I have put a summary into a Notion page where it contains a few questions and actions and tips that will help you set the road to get your next promotion. Try to spend 10 to 15 minutes on this Notion template and fill out the questions, and you will be amazed by your own unconscious thoughts. Now, the real $1 million question. Is it really worth aiming for or getting promotion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this type of content, please give it a thumbs up and consider maybe adding this channel to your subscription list. Have fun.